Okay, in this video I will be replacing this old ceiling fan that came with this house when I purchased it. As you can see, it looks very dated and it's also wired incorrectly. So it's got a three-way switch at the wall, one at the top of the stairs and one at the bottom of the stairs, but neither of those switches controls the light bulbs. The switch will only turn the fan on and off. The only way to turn off the lights is to unscrew the bulbs. There is no remote control with this fan, so they didn't do anything with that. It's just wired so that the lights are hardwired into the house and are hot at all times. So for the last month and a half or so, I've been turning my lights off like that with my hands. So obviously this is not an ideal situation, and if I'm going to rewire it, I might as well just replace the whole thing. So the first thing I do is take it apart a little bit. I get the glass off from around the light bulbs, and I'm going to take off all the fan blades before I start taking it down. So you see the glass was held on by 3 screws. Remove those, and I'll put the light bulbs back in so I can maintain some light here. Fan blades are held on by 2 screws, and you just need the Phillips head screwdriver to remove those. And all the blades come off the same way. Now to remove this old one, I'm going to remove that cotter pin and take out the pin that's holding everything up. Now once that cotter pin was out, I just cut all the wires and took it off like that because I am throwing it straight in the garbage. I'm not salvaging it. And there's 2 screws around the top that come out, and those and now the wires are exposed. Now I'll take the machine screws out of the device box, and that's what I'm left with. So you can see that red wire right there is the culprit of why my lights were always on. So that's the hot at all times wire, and it is not on a switch. And these white and black ones are the 2 that were controlling the fan. So I did do a quick test to make sure that the 2 that I chose were the ones that would be controlled by the switch, and sure enough it was the black and white wires that were wired to the fan. And I'll take this little test light bulb off and wire everything up. So I ended up getting this Harbor Breeze Seguin Falls fan. You need to have a regular switch. It does not work with a variable wall speed controller or a dimmer switch. So it just has to be a regular on-off switch. And it comes with 5 fan blades. Comes with an instruction manual. The fan blades are reversible, so if you want the black side facing down, you can put them on that way, or you can have this brown side facing down. Comes with a bag that has a bunch of screws in it to attach the fan blades to the fan motor. Comes with various shrouds and housings so that you don't see the wires, and it comes with a ground wire as well. This is the part for the remote control. The red and white go to the house and all the other wires go out to the fan. It comes with a remote and some morettes. Those are some more pieces for the fan. Those connect the fan to the motor. A couple additional shrouds. This one comes with 3 light bulbs, although they might not all come with light bulbs. Obviously the part for the light bulbs. And it's all a quick connect system, so it's actually pretty convenient. This one comes with a glass globe. And of course the fan motor. So this is the piece that will hold the fan to the device box. It's got sort of a circular cutout that the fan slots into. And there's a couple shrouds that go over the fan. And it's got this 1 6-inch rod that goes inside the fan motor. It's got a pin and a cotter pin, and then you just adjust these 2 screws to tighten up the little 6-inch rod, and that'll keep the fan off the ceiling. If you're going to use sort of a 12-inch rod or something larger, you might want that cabling, but because I'm just using the 6-inch rod, I don't need that much standoff from the ceiling, so I'll just trim the cables down to about 1 foot long. And I'll use the wire strippers to strip the wire back. So the fan just sort of mounts in there, and then I'll use this chunk of steel wire rope. That's kind of the safety. It also comes with this lag bolt you just screw into a chunk of wood, The safety cord on the old fan was mounted to a 2x4 behind the device box, so I conveniently just used the exact same mounting point through the device box. Now there's numerous wires coming off the remote sensor. The red and white wire go to the house side, so they'll connect to your hot and neutral, and these blue, black, and white wires will connect to the corresponding blue, white, and black wires on the fan side. And this black wire with the cap on it is the sensor for your remote. So there it is, all spliced up. Now the manual recommends you use electrical tape. That might not be code in all locations, but whatever, I went for it. So you can see the blue is attached to the blue, white to white, black to black, and then on the house side, the white wire is attached to the white wire or neutral, and the red wire is attached to the black or the hot wire for the house. There's also grounding wires, and those are all connected back into the device box. Now getting the remote in was actually pretty difficult, and the only way that I was successful at getting the remote in was sort of passing it through this mounting bracket that attaches to the device box and having it sort of bevel side down. And then you just need to slide the metal shroud up and screw it into place. Now for putting the fan on, each fan blade comes with 3 screws and a small nylon washer, and then you just attach the metal portion of the fan blade to the wooden portion of the fan blade. And because there's 5 of them, you got to do that 5 times in total. And I have chosen to go with the wooden brown side down. Now there's 2 screws that attach the fan blade to the fan motor. Those are the next to go in. And they all go in the same, so that's 1, the other 4 are going to go in exactly the same. So there it is with 5 fan blades on. Now this fan is slightly larger and is slightly closer to the edge of the wall than the manual would suggest. Next thing we're going to do here is put this mounting bracket on. There's 4 holes in it, and there are 4 corresponding screws. You just need to remove 1 and loosen the other 3, and then you can place the mounting bracket onto the underside of the fan motor. Once it's on, we'll be mounting the lights on. There's a quick connect electrical connector and then just a couple screws that go in to secure it in place. On the light housing, there is also the fan direction, which is the winter and summer switch. You need to be careful which way you mount this onto the fan motor, and essentially you want that switch to be in the place that it'll be most accessible, so you can switch it from winter to summer depending on the season without having to get a ladder. Once the lights are on, you then just need to put the glass globe in place, and it just screws in place. Now that the light's in, I'll turn the breaker back on and do a quick test of the lights, and the switches at the top and bottom of the stairs now control everything, and you can see the remote is working. It can turn the lights on and off, and all 3 fan speeds work perfectly. Overall, this job took about an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete, so it was pretty long. It wasn't particularly challenging, it was just a little bit frustrating having to reach out and work overhead the whole time. Anyway, I'm very happy with how it looks, and it's working great. Thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.